Hi guys. Okay, so I thought I should make a quick little video to show you how to work out the proofs on Delta Math because the way that you have to talk to the computer is a little bit different than if you were just to write it down on a piece of paper. But with that being said, all the proofs that you're given on Delta Math, you should have already worked them out on paper. It's a lot easier to get your thoughts in order when you already have it done by hand and then go, okay, how do I input that stuff into the computer? Okay, so that's exactly what I did over here. If you can see this picture, I just rewrote the given information. I copied a picture of the image and then I made little boxes for myself, just like we've been doing. Statements, reasons. The first statement was what was given to me, and then this first reason was because it's given. Okay, then if you remember our proof steps, we're supposed to mark the picture with the given information. And I did that. So pink, I put D is the midpoint of AC. So if D is in the middle, I can mark that section and that section congruent to each other. And then ED is congruent to FD. Now notice that that's already marked for us. And that's okay. That's totally fine. It's because it's given. And then angle EDA congruent to angle FDC. And again, those angles were already marked. So if you look over here, I just colored them in orange to kind of color code. And then our next step in our proof was to decide how these triangles are congruent. So if you look, it's side, angle, side, and that's why I wrote that right here. Yeah, this is nothing new. We've been doing this for almost a week now. Now, if you notice, what I need to do is prove the pink side congruent to this pink side, the orange angle congruent to the orange angle, the blue side congruent to the blue side. So I look at the pink right here and I say, what can I say about them? And the what part, remember, I have to say that they are congruent. So I could say AD is congruent to CD, and that's because the definition of midpoint. I go back to the pink right here. You know, the orange um, EDA congruent to FDC was already given, so I just rewrote it. I didn't have to rewrite it. Remember, I've always said that this is an optional step. I only do this to keep my thoughts in order. And then the same thing for the side. ED is congruent to FD, and that's because it's given. Okay, and then I know that the two triangles are congruent by side, angle, side. So when we're talking about the optional steps here, it's the ones that are already marked. Do you see this picture here on the Delta Math side? These sides are already marked. So the only thing that we have to put in Delta Math are the sides that are not marked, okay? And I actually highlighted those steps for you. So the given steps are optional. You do not put them in Delta Math. So now look at this pink part. So what do I have to write? I have to write AD is congruent to CD. So I'm going to do that in this little box right here. AD congruent to CD. And then it's going to give me reasons, and I have to select Y. Okay, so it might be a little bit different. Oh, look it right here. It doesn't say definition of midpoint. It gives a little bit more in depth. A midpoint divides a segment into two congruent segments. Okay, we're going to click that. And the good thing about Delta Math proofs is you've got to try it. And then if it's right, it'll let you go on to the next step. If it's wrong, it's going to give you some kind of guiding question or it's going to give you a little tip. So let's try it. Ooh, it let us go on to the next step. So we know we did that right. Okay, so now look, now my triangles are marked, and now I just have to say that they're congruent. So then I have to figure out what kind of statement do I want. I want a triangle congruent statement. Okay, so then it's going to open my boxes to write the triangle, and I'm going to write what's in here. AED, AED, and then CFD, CF. And then the reason we already knew was side angle side. Okay, and then we try that. Bam. Oh, look, it colored the triangles for us. That means we know we are right. We can submit this answer. Are we sure? Yeah, we're sure. And bam, look at that. Okay. So my advice to you is work out the problem ahead of time. Sometimes if you just look at the boxes, it is a little confusing. And then the ones that we have given for the reasons, you do not put those in the Delta Math. You only have to put the ones that are not explicitly given. Okay? All right. Proofs are hard, man. Just keep trying. You'll get it.